think we're on.
Hello. M&S show.
M&S show.
Feels like we should have M&Ms. M&Ms.
Greetings, good evening, welcome
Hi, guys.
to the Miles and Satty show. Should be the Satty and Miles show, really.
Oh, okay, let's do S&M then. That doesn't sound...
Satty made a point when we talked about the show this morning. She said, you know, being a primary school teacher, there's obviously certain things that I can and can't say.
Yes.
And she broke the rule in, what, about 7 seconds?
M&S it is.
Not Marks and Spencer's.
I think they're cool as well.
They're pretty cool as well. Percy Pigs, if you're down with Percy Pigs, put it in the comments.
Ones.
Anyway, welcome to the
Hello.
show. What's this all about?
Lockdown.
Well, should we kind of give people a bit of a narrative as to why we're doing this show first? So, obviously, I've been talking a lot of trash and shit on Facebook Live for several years, and Satty and I, over the past few years, have dabbled with and played around with doing a weekly show together. And we did a series of videos a few years ago, specifically on dating, which was, I enjoyed those videos.
I think I was 5 months pregnant.
You were.
So I was a bit like...
What did we know about dating? Nothing.
7 years?
7 years. Come on. But it was a lot of fun. And I've been badgering Satty for months. I said, you know, 2021, I'm gonna rebrand and I want to do more Facebook Lives. I want to kind of Grant Cardone Facebook Live and just do Facebook Lives all the time. And I said, I really want to do a show with you. And she was like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm kidding, actually. She said yes straight away.
I did.
You didn't care.
I think we were concerned about Sage because she's a live wire. She's
just gone down. Here you go. For those of you that are parents, that are new parents or been parents for a while, there you go. The child is asleep.
And I don't know whether you guys still have white noise, but Sage settles with white noise. So
what, do you mean the song by
background?
The song by disclosure?
No, in the background you can hear a hairdryer.
You hope you can.
It settles her.
You hope you can, because hell to pay if the white noise ever turns off. We're like in the middle of a show and we're like, shit, the white noise has gone off.
We literally run up the stairs.
So yes,
and also we're wearing Christmas jumpers.
I forgot
Festive.
to even talk about that. We drag out the Christmas PJs in this house, don't we?
Yeah.
So the M&S show is going to be a weekly show. I think it's going to be on Friday night. In brackets, pending Sage, Schwar and Grant, if and when she decides to go to bed.
Yeah.
But really, this show is all going to be about what it's like putting up with an entrepreneur, that's me, and his crazy mood swings, his self-doubt, his self-sabotage, and everything else related to self that comes with being an entrepreneur, and just really what it's like for us. We've had really some lovely feedback over the past few years about people saying they're really they love our marriage and what we represent. And so this show really, for me personally, is a chance for us to kind of reveal a little bit as to what life is really like. It isn't easy. I'm definitely not easy. You're easy. I'm definitely not easy. And really just kind of give, I guess, some guidance, tools, resources, things, mind hacks, things that work for us in the world of being married, being new parents, and especially during what has been a really, really interesting
crazy
2020.
year.
It's 2021 now, but you know, still feels like it's 2020 if you know. So this first episode really is just a bit of a hi, welcome to the M&S show. It's not we've no set time and how long we're going to go, but I thought we'd just kind of start by talking a little bit about the dreaded lockdown.
Yeah.
How we got through the first one and how we think we're going to get through the second one. Oh my God. Is it really? Oh.
Yeah, because it was a mini two.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Don't even want to think about it. No,
second one.
No, it just feels like one big blob. But
it's a blur.
And you know, if you've got, I think we've got comments already. If you've got comments, questions, thoughts, Claire Honeyfield. Hi, Claire. Hope you're well. She's tagged someone in. Thank you for that. If you've got questions, comments,
please
thoughts,
do, because we may have said something, and
because otherwise we won't even know if we're live. We might even just
hello,
think that this is not working. But do you want to talk a little bit about like what COVID 2020 was like for you from your perspective and how you felt.
I was
We
on
did,
maternity leave, so I
you were.
found it particularly hard because Sage was 5 months, and
March, was it?
yeah, she was 6 months, but I couldn't take her anywhere.
Okay.
No baby groups. There was no interaction with other mums, which I found particularly hard. Being a new mum anyway, I struggled to make friends with other mums who were in the same situation. So I did go online, and there were lovely friendship groups on Facebook. That I think we've got a Bannerbrook estate page, and I was able to make friends with people who I could communicate with on my road. But it was hard. It was really hard because Sage needed more than just mummy, but she became reliant on mummy and daddy, and our faces were all that she saw.
Yeah.
And I knew that the days were counting down, that my paternity leave was ending, and I thought, oh shit, this is it. This is crap. I can't train. I can't go to the gym. Which was my hour of just having my own headspace.
She calls it her hour of headspace.
Because
Sally would, if she can, she'd work out 3-4 times in a day.
I
Do you want
would.
to tell them how much exercise you've done today? Do you just want to?
No.
So can I tell them?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
a
sharing
workout
that.
this morning, which we did together. Then a walk in the woods, which we did together. Then a walk this afternoon while I watched some Tony Robbins intervention.
On that walk, I was listening to.
You were listening to Marion Williamson.
Yeah,
so she was doing personal development at the same time.
Yeah.
But then at about 6 o'clock on a Sunday night, when most people with that amount of activity would go, I'm just going to slob and chill out.
It a night.
She decides to do a 40 minutes weight session.
I knew I was doing this show. I knew I was in the show, so I wanted to have energy. Whereas
I love that.
I think at 4 I was a bit like, I had a coffee. Mars bought these lovely gluten-free millionaire brownies. Were they brownies and shortcake?
They were amazing.
Anyway, they were fantastic. And I felt like I was just in a slobby mood. So I said, why not train? And Sage joined me. She did some burpees with me.
She did.
But yeah, going back to lockdown and what we thought it would look like for us. I mean, I have never spent that long with Miles, and to go, shit, we're going to spend, I don't know, how long was it? 3 weeks initially that Boris said? Whatever it was. Anyway, I just thought, shit, we've got to create some routine, because even when we go on holiday, when we've gone on all-inclusive holidays, it's quite funny because we're going on an all-inclusive holiday, but we still need some sort of routine because we don't drink very much.
Yeah.
We'll drink, but not a lot. But we're in bed before 9.
That's true.
This is true.
That bit's actually true.
And we're up at the crack of dawn and we're training, and people around us are taking the piss because they're like, "What are you two guys doing? What's that water bottle full of?" We'd have gallons of water because it was like 28 degrees in Turkey, and they'd take the mick and they'd say, "Oh, is there the gin in there?" I would go, "No, it's water," because we're going to train.
What impression was that?
I don't know.
Scottish?
No. Anyway, so we knew that we had to transfer the routine from a holiday.
It was.
We
did say it was like an all-inclusive holiday, didn't we?
We had to say that, I think, because
it was a good reframe.
Because otherwise it was, oh my gosh, there's no shops open.
Yeah.
We can't go for a coffee. Coffee is just like my life, by the way. We can't go to the pub for a cake and a cup of tea. There were things that we were having to say no to, and I didn't know how to react to that. And I didn't have the skills at that point because it was the first time I've ever experienced something this big.
Add in me losing my primary source of income and not having a plan at that time to replace it.
Yeah,
it was a tricky period, wasn't it? March.
Yeah, it was really pressured. But I think we both knew that being in good energy would. I think we lived for every day. Every day was the start of a brand new day.
Yeah, we did.
So we never took in the previous day. We never do anyway. We always end the day and that'll be it. But we started the day brand new, and it was, what do we want from this day? What will make us feel good today?
I think for me, like if we kind of start to share things you can take away from this show, one of the key things that I got out of lockdown 1 if you want to call it that,
Numero uno.
was the cliched old phrase of carpe diem, seize the day. Like literally, we had this routine in the morning. We work out and we have a walk. And obviously, the weather, if you remember, was amazing back in March if you're in the UK. And we
it
would
was like God's blessing. It was.
yeah.
The first day, and the sun was out.
Yeah,
we
would basically just talk about like what are we going to do today, like because we knew that every day in lockdown was the same. So we're like, well, and Satty's reframe is exactly how it was. We're like, well, if we're in an all-inclusive resort, which let's be honest, I don't know about you, but by day 4 I'm bored. And as an entrepreneur,
can I just say he's wanted to go away for 7 days, and I said, look, we can't do 7 days. Even like after lockdown, he's been desperate. I was like, we're not doing 7 days because we get so we're in this box.
As an entrepreneur, Henry Ramos says, where are you guys from? Birmingham, which Henry's code word for Birmingham in English, by the way. But we really did just kind of go, let's seize the day and just live for every single day. And I think one of the things that came out from that was really good is we have this, we just revamped it for 2021, where every evening we have a theme. So we have like Monday night last year was like box set Monday. Tuesday night was like maybe personal development. Wednesday was travel show. Thursday was comedy night. Friday was scary movie night. Saturday was drinking. Saturday was put music on in the kitchen. No TV.
Drink some gin.
And just drink some gin and dance, right?
Because that's when Sage used to go to bed at 6:30. So it was so easy for us to create that routine as well. You know.
So for me, if there's one thing Henry says, you both look Spanish.
Amigo,
I love that. Are you Spanish, Henry? What I will say, Henry, is a funny story. I was on a plane going to. There is a point to this. Going from Miami to Brazil with a friend, and we'd been in Miami for about 10 days. And in one of the days, we fell asleep on the beach. Bad move. It was like 30 degrees, and we were on the plane going down to Brazil. And the guy sat next to us started speaking Portuguese to my friend Gareth, who's from London, and he was like, hey, I can't speak Portuguese, but
Hola, ¿qué tal?
No, that's Spanish. Never mind. But
I didn't pass Spanish.
Right. My friend Gareth was like, no, I'm from Lewisham in London, mate. You know what I mean? And the guy was like, what? Because we did look Spanish. But yeah, like seize the day. Definitely that would be one of the key things for us will be this year, how we're going to get through this lockdown is having a plan for something fun to look forward to every evening. We're like, yes, tonight is comedy night. You know, we laugh our asses
off.
And
we had to revamp it because we're like another lockdown. I'm not going to lie. I had some blues. I thought this is getting shitty now. Yeah. But I also appreciate that we need to listen to Boris, and we've got rules and regulations, and we need to save lives, and I take that all in.
But you're allowed to be frustrated.
Yeah, I'm cross.
I think it's really important to kind of, because I've had that feeling where I'm like, there's hundreds of thousands of people that have died, and then I feel bad about going, I can't go to the gym, and I think it's really important to know that we're adhering to what's being asked. But we're allowed to be a bit frustrated.
And on that
we're all allowed to be a bit frustrated.
And on that point, the emotion of frustration, we're supposed to. There's an opposite for everything. So if we're happy, we felt happiness, we felt sadness. We know that because they are named. So I'm using it, and I am saying that I was upset. Yeah. I was upset because I had a great routine at the gym. We just joined a new one down the road, and we were just getting into some structure out of lockdown, and then all of a sudden we've had to go, shit, we have to restart again. So we've looked at our days again, because we live for each day, and it starts from tomorrow because we go back to work. The life sort of gets into normality. Sage is back in nursery, so we're starting it from tomorrow, and tomorrow we've got learning tomorrow. So in the day, Miles will have his working day, and then we get together in the evening. But let's go back to what we do in the morning. So because we said every day is a brand new day. So what do we do in the mornings first thing?
Oh, well, one of the first things that we do and is what we call a morning meeting.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've really valued in this lockdown is, before we kind of really kick off the day and I get into kind of work and coaching, is we'd go for a walk and we'd have what we call a morning meeting, and which would basically just be a how are you feeling, like what's on your mind, what are your thoughts for today, is there anything bothering you, and we'd just
like a mini coaching
session, like a mini coaching session where we just get everything out that we're feeling. And for me, like that was really like, that's one of my favorite things of the day. Like for me, that's, if you said what was like the number one thing that helped me get through lockdown in terms of our marriage, I'd say morning meeting.
And Sage was there, just to clarify, we always did it on a walk because we'd raise our heart rate, we'd be in a different state. So whatever we felt prior to that walk, we were able to either shift it or talk it out in that period. Because sometimes when you're in such a funk, I sometimes just go really quiet. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say because I don't know what's bothered me, but I'm just pissed. I'm just annoyed at something. So sometimes when we move our body just to increase the heart rate, it just changes our state. I always say fresh air. I need fresh air.
Yeah, so
fresh air.
Yeah, I think that's an important point, right? Because the morning meeting that we have is not in the house. Yeah. It's out of the house, So I'm sure everybody is kind of at a point now from this pandemic that getting out for a fresh air walk is something that, if it wasn't something that you did daily, maybe now it's become daily because you're kind of, it was thrust upon you where you were like, well, there's nothing else to do. But I definitely feel that having the stimulating conversation first thing in the morning with your significant other, if you're married or in a relationship, I think is a really good start to the day. Because if you're a person that's, say, working from home, maybe you're both working from home, to start the day with because at the end of the day, if you were in a workplace, you'd go into an office, you'd maybe have a Monday morning meeting. And the whole purpose of that meeting is to connect, it's to connect, it's to reflect on the successes and the failures of last week, and then look at what's projected you're going to achieve this week. And so for me, I go, well, if you do that in a workplace, why not do that at home? Yeah. And so that's why we feel that having a morning meeting, and if you go in, maybe if you're watching and you're not married or you live by yourself, having someone that's a good friend or family member that you can say, hey, do you fancy on a 9 a.m. every morning during this next lockdown, do you fancy going for a walk? And we just, we kind of have maybe 20 minutes to ourselves, and then we get on the phone and just have a chat. Because it can be, I know a lot of people that have gone through this lockdown by themselves, and I can only imagine how lonely that must be, because I felt lonely and I've had Sage at home. Like I've missed family and friends. Zoom, FaceTimes just haven't quite cut it for me. I've missed going out and socializing and being at seminars and events and stuff like that. So we have a wiggling baby.
We're just looking.
She's good. She's
just right. She's rubbing her nose.
Rubbing her nuts, we're going to say.
No, her nose. So that morning meeting just connected us both. It got us on the same wavelength, because if I was here and he was there, we just need to connect, because that just helped to start the day. That's what worked for us. So we'd talk about that in the morning. We'd raise the heart rate. Sometimes Miles would have a separate workout to my own workout. But initially we started the day with that walk, just to go, where are we at? How are you feeling? And oh yeah, yesterday I didn't like this then, or I feel really sad, I haven't seen my mom, and oh shit, Sage hasn't seen anyone. So we just talk it all out.
Really cleansing, isn't it?
Yeah, it felt spiritually quite
really
cleansing. And then we just enter the day then with our agendas. My agenda at the time was just to, look after Sage, the house. God bless you, housewives out there. It's hard work. And then Miles was working in between, and sometimes we'd connect in between. I mean, the weather was incredible, so that really helped. It did make us feel like we're on holiday. But we'd also put Sage down at a certain time and then look forward to our evenings, because we have then spent a whole day on different wavelengths. I've been mummy, he's been MG, Miles Grant, coaching in the day, and we were like this, blurred lines. So we had to then, reconnect again. So I think that's what worked for us. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else.
I mean, there's so much else, but we're going to be doing this on a regular basis, aren't we? So everything, I feel like I've lost my point. I think you summed it up beautifully. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think so.
For episode 1.
Yes, 20 minutes in.
I've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it?
Yes.
If you've enjoyed it, I'd love to know that you've enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in, watching. If you've got, tell us, maybe post in the comments what especially if you're married, in a relationship, got children, how was lockdown for you? What was a key learning lesson, insight for you during the first lockdown? What is something that you've learned about yourself from the first, I call it the first lockdown, from 2020 lockdown, that you're going to carry into, like, what new habits?
New lockdown,
what new habits are you going to carry into 2021 that maybe you were forced to introduce as a result of the pandemic? What are some things that you you need to let go of as a result of the last pandemic? I'd love to know. Put some, share them in the comments, and we'll reply away from the broadcast.
Something I heard today from my mentor, Marianne Williamson, was we've experienced this lockdown before, so we should have better skills now to enter the next one. And there is, there could have been so many other pandemics, like there could have been issues that globally could have affected us, like there could have been a war, there could have been so many other things, but we were given this virus, and because we've dealt with it, we understand it's affecting our world, but now we're about to enter another lockdown based on it's a third lockdown, so we've got skills that we've gathered from this first and the second one, because we're stronger and we're stronger together. So just have a think about what you would bring, knowing that you've done this before, you've got the strength to get through this. What did you do to get the strength for the first and second one? How are you going to tackle this one coming up? I say tackle, I like that word, because it's going for it, it's coming towards you, but you will tackle it. What will you do differently? I know one thing that I'll do differently, and that'll be, I know coffee shops are open, and that gives me joy. So part of my weekly routine with Miles, I think we'll choose a day, maybe on a Thursday, because I don't work on a Thursday, where we'll spend the morning at a drive-through and maybe just have Sage like bouncing around the car, because that's what she does, beeping the horn, and Miles and I will have a coffee, because that's something we weren't able to do in the first and second one. But instead of our walk, we may try that instead, because that makes me really happy. I know that Miles gets happy from seeing me happy. So I think that's something that I may bring into this lockdown. Yeah, I think that was it.
Beautifully put, Mrs. Grant.
Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed the show.
I've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll probably be back on Friday nights moving forward. This was really a beta test tonight.
Yes.
But, we'll obviously let you know, and we'll be publicising exactly when we're going to be doing it moving forward.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, especially those that have joined live. Thanks for joining us.
Give us some questions.
And have a great rest of the evening.
Love you all.
See you soon. Bye.